Louise Williams, the proud superintendent of NOLA Public Schools, and this is Education Elevation. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Before I dive into this episode, I just want to give a brief recap of our school year. As you all know, our school year ended about a month ago now, and it was amazing. I really enjoyed attending quite a few of our graduation ceremonies, awards, programs, and just great opportunities to celebrate our scholars. And I think a highlight for me was when we had a young man from the Willow School to win a car. Now, how exciting is that? And it was for perfect attendance. This is something that Troy Duhan and Toyota of New Orleans does every year, and it's something that all of our seniors have the ability to be eligible for. So super excited about that, and just all of our scholars and the accomplishments that they made throughout the entire school year. So this is just basically an overview of all things NOLA Public Schools. And so we're going to talk about a number of things today. I've got some updates for you and some highlights, as well as a very special guest from our public library system. And anybody who knows me knows that I love to read, and I'm a firm believer that leaders are readers, and readers are leaders. And so we're going to talk a bit about reading and summer reading and the opportunities that our scholars have within the city to make sure that they are absolutely reading. But before I get into that, just want to remind you that Education Elevation is a 30-minute segment that I'll be hosting every month. And this is just to serve as an additional channel for NOLA PS to share district updates, as well as to engage with our community. And each month, I'll feature a different guest or guests and help to elevate the work of our school district, and just to, again, be able to share all that's going on within NOLA Public Schools. So let's get into it. Some more about the last school year. So we always want to make sure that we're making significant progress. You know, as much as I enjoy community engagement and absolutely love working with our many, many stakeholders, our scholars are our greatest and most important stakeholders. And so we're always happy to announce the academic achievements that have been made within our schools, and the fact that we are gearing up to implement our Portrait of a Graduate. And this is one of the accomplishments from the previous year. Our board did approve the Portrait of a Graduate. And this is what we consider to be just the lighthouse, the roadmap, the North Star for all things learning in terms of what we expect our scholars to be able to do upon graduating. So everything from being a leader to being creative to being healthy humans. And we were excited to roll this out as a pilot during the course of this school year. And so you can absolutely expect to hear more about it as we move into the upcoming school year. Also, NOLA PS Evolve, our new strategic plan of action, was adopted by our board, and this includes 4 commitments from NOLA Public Schools. Commitment 1 is connected and effective communication, and this is where we want to make sure that we're transparent and that is clear on how to gain more information about NOLA Public Schools. Commitment 2 is high quality schools, and again, like I said, making sure that our scholars have what they need to be successful is priority number 1. And so for this, we will absolutely look at how we can use our 5-year portfolio plan, and just making sure that our schools do offer good quality, as well as making sure our quantity, variety, and choice are online with what our community needs. Also want to update you that want to share with you that our updated charter school accountability framework was also approved by our board. And as most of you know, we as NOLA Public Schools or Orleans Parish School Board, we are the authorizers of a number of charter schools within our district. We have 68 schools. And that accountability framework is a major tool that we use to ensure that we're supporting our schools as well as holding them accountable. I also want to thank everyone for the 20-year millage passing in the fall. This allows us to have the funding to ensure that our facilities are well maintained. Many of you may know that in urban school districts, it is not uncommon for districts that particularly serve majority Black and poor students for facilities to be deplorable. And I'm proud that that's not the case here, and that 20-year millage is a testament by this community that it matters, that learning environment matters, and I'm super grateful to the community for ensuring that we're able to maintain our amazing facilities. Also, we had a $10 million investment. So thank you to Mayor Cantrell and to the City of New Orleans and to our partnership with Children's Hospital for us to be able to use a $10 million mental health investment so that Thrive Kids could be implemented in our schools. And this is for school-based mental health. And you've heard me talk a lot about the importance of mental health and what more we can do to normalize having those conversations, as well as making sure that we're providing supports that include wraparound services for families. So that's something that we are grateful for. And actually, I was happy to reach out to several of our CMO leaders and let them know that we're adding a few more schools. We started off with 14 schools last year, and we're adding several more this year that will have the opportunity to have Thrive Kids and that school-based mental health. And so as we continue to make progress, I definitely look forward to continuing to share more with you. One thing that you should know is that 5-year strategic plan of action is our roadmap. And so if you're ever interested in learning more about that, definitely let us know, because it's a living, breathing document. Although it was approved by the board last year, it's something that we will continue to make adjustments to as things may change within our school district. And definitely look forward to sharing more progress as it relates to this and the other achievements within our district. Last year, I did my State of the District address in conjunction with my 1-year anniversary. This year is going to take place in September. We wanted to give a little bit more time to be able to share updates, and particularly because NOLA Public Schools is opening the Leah Chase School this fall, and wanted to be able to share updates about that during the State of the District address. So we'll certainly look forward to doing that. As far as the TLC school, enrollment kicked off in early June, and we are super excited to continue enrolling families. And this is a district-run school, and it's the first new district-run school that we've had in quite some time. So it's very exciting, and especially for the school to be named after the legendary Leah Chase. At our first education elevation, we did have our amazing principal, Crystal LaFrance, who shared information about the Leah Chase School. And so right now, enrollment is open. And so scholars and families can go to enrollnolaps.com. Again, that's enrollnolaps.com to access more information. And if you need support or help with that, then certainly email us at enroll@nolapublicschools.com. And we have our family resource centers that have been super busy and supportive helping. I know this Saturday we've got an enrollment day at Mahalia Jackson site. So if you're interested in enrolling, and especially if you may need some support in enrolling your scholar or scholars to the Leah Chase School, then check us out at Mahalia Jackson on Saturday. I want to give a shout out to our amazing enrollment team for the work that they've been doing and the changes that they've made to help ensure that the enrollment process this year was more seamless and user-friendly. We do have a survey that families can administer or can take after enrolling, and we've got some very positive feedback. Our enrollment system is not perfect, but we aim to please, and we try hard to make sure that we make the necessary adjustments. And we'd like your opinion on the timing for NCAP. We'd love to know what more you think. So if you want to take the brief survey yourself after you enroll, then we certainly welcome you to do that. And want you to know that your feedback matters to us, and it really does help shape the way that we move forward in terms of our enrollment policies, our timelines, how we engage with families, and even the support that we provide families. So check us out and as you enroll, and definitely complete that brief survey that will help us all out. You can also visit us at nolapublicschools.com. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and X if you want to complete that survey. Now, I mentioned the Leah Chase School, and this school is opening this fall. You may have seen some of our advertisements that there's a new school in town. And so there'll be more exciting publicity about this school coming up over the next few weeks. And I just want you to know that, again, this is the first new traditional run school that the district has had in about 2 decades. The TLC school is dedicated to providing a high-quality education as well as to shaping our next generation of young scholars as leaders and culture bearers of New Orleans. The enrollment at the Leah Chase School did open on June 5th during open enrollment, and seats are filling up fast, especially in kindergarten and second grade. But there are still slots available, so absolutely get online and join us at the Leah Chase School. We are delighted to announce that we'll host the Enrollment and Registration Day, as I mentioned before, and that's this Saturday, June 29th. It will be from 9 a.m. until noon at the Mahalia Jackson Elementary School, and that's located at 2405 Jackson Avenue. And again, this is for enrollment for the Leah Chase School. And if you need support, join us from 9 to 12 on Saturday. Families planning to enroll their children are required to bring certain documents. So if you're joining us on Saturday, make sure you have your own identification, as well as proof of residency, the child's birth certificate, and the most recent report card if your child is not entering kindergarten. Immunization records will also be needed. So join us on Saturday and come learn more about the Leah Chase School. As an added benefit, families who complete the registration process on site will receive a uniform voucher on the spot because we do want to make sure that our scholars are outfitted well in their Leah Chase gear, and we want to help our families out. So again, join us for 9 to noon at the Mahalia Jackson Elementary School. And again, for families who choose to do this, you will receive uniform vouchers right on the spot. So join us. If you're unable to attend, you can certainly still enroll your child. And again, by visiting enrollnolaps.com. And for more information about the Leah Chase School, we also have a webpage at nolapublicsschools.com/TLC. And the first school day for the Leah Chase School is August 6th. And this will be for our 1st through 5th graders, and then August 13th for our kindergartners. And the last day of school will be May 22nd of 2025. So the TLC school will offer before and after care beginning after dismissal at 3:15, and school will start at 8 a.m. So for more information, definitely check out our website as well as our social media, because we absolutely look forward to welcoming scholars to the Leah Chase School this fall. Now, I mentioned earlier that as we engage in education elevation, we do so by inviting guests to join us. And I am so super excited that today we have Amy Wander from the New Orleans Public Library here to join us just to talk about some great things happening at the public library. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for inviting me this morning.
Absolutely, absolutely. So you heard me mention I'm a reader, and I'll tell you, the one time I remember getting in trouble at school, I was trying to read a Stephen King novel instead of doing whatever was happening in class. That's how much I love to read. I was that kid with a book in my nose while I'm standing in line waiting for lunch or whatever, right? So with that being said, tell us about your role with the library.
Sure, yeah, thank you. So I'm head of youth programming for the New Orleans Public Library, and that means serving K-12 students and families. So that's the elementary school, middle school, and high school. And we do different programming for the different age groups. Mm-hmm. And I coordinate with community presenters and nonprofits and organizations in town to bring into our libraries. Mm-hmm. We have 15 locations. And I also coordinate with our local librarians at the branches to make sure that we're getting great programs for all of our branches across the city, because we have so many different branches and different communities around each branch. So we coordinate with partners and presenters, but then we also create things in-house. Okay. So we do monthly STEAM programmings for kids. Nice. In July, it'll be creating bee hotels. I'm super excited about that.
Sounds fun.
That just sounds so fun. And it's also part recycling, part creation. So
that's
really
good. So they learn the skills about recycling as they're having fun. Hands-on, it sounds
like,
it's
all
right?
hands-on. They go home with a little bee hotel.
I love it.
And we also do programming for teens on a monthly basis that we create in-house. And most recently, we've started a teen volunteer day at two of our locations for teens at Algiers Regional Library and at East New Orleans Regional Library, because we know there's so many teens out there that want to give back.
Yeah.
So we've started that, and those are some programs that we do in house, but then we also do some larger things. And I know we have brought this up before, but we have a program that's about a year and a half old. It's called NOLA Readers 2.0, where public school students from all across the city are invited to come for a field trip at the library and the Children's Museum on one day. Combined, one day. So
that sounds like a great field trip.
Right,
yeah.
Right. So much fun. And so there's add-ons. So not only do they get to come to the library and the Children's Museum on one day, all of the activities at both locations are around one book. So last year we did I Am Every Good Thing, that beautiful book by Derek Barnes.
Yes.
The kids received a copy of the book to keep and an activity book so they can continue doing activities with their family at home afterwards. Because a lot of adults and caregivers can't come to the field trips with their kids. So they can continue the exploration at home. We brought Derek Barnes in the spring so that everyone could meet him and get their book signed.
Oh, that's exciting, too, to get signed by the author.
Right,
yeah. And so, as you think about the programming, as an educator, one of the things that we think about in summer is Summer Slide, right?
Yes,
because, at the end of the day, we know that during the school year, our scholars are engaged in academic stuff, every day, right? Homework and maybe even on the weekends. But, during the summer, we're concerned. And, research shows that it's not uncommon for children to lose a year or 6 months over the summer. So what type of summer programming and summer engagement can our scholars expect from the library?
Right. So we have the summer reading program, which we can talk about in a minute. But we also, like you said, we also have a lot of programming to engage students at our library location, so they can come in, check out a book, and then attend a program. And we like to do a lot of, like you were mentioning earlier, a lot of hands-on activities. But then also, like you were bringing up, the idea of mental health. And so we do some health and wellness programming.
Oh, that's good.
So, for example, at our main library, most Tuesdays in the afternoon, we have a yoga program with Yeah Yoga.
Oh, nice.
And
for the students? For the children?
No, this is teenagers. Yeah, teenagers come in. We have the yoga mats, no supplies necessary. Just come on in.
Do a pop-up there.
Right. You might show up, an older teen. And then we're also working with the Tulane Medical School Department of Pediatrics. They have a section of adolescent medicine and a special project called NOLA Hype.
Okay.
And we've started that. It's a monthly health and wellness check-in hangout for queer youth. So it's primarily for teens, and it's at the main library once a month. The next time we're doing it is July 13th. And we have these professionals coming from Tulane Medicine to facilitate the afternoon.
Nice. I love that we've got something for everybody, and that the hands-on and the mental health pieces are included.
Right.
And, one thing that I know, again, as an educator, we are leaning into this whole movement with generative AI, and it's not new per se, because technology's been around and been evolving for some time. But what are your thoughts on what this looks like as it relates to the library and readers in general, when you think about it from a technology standpoint?
Right. Yeah. I think we're in on that. We might not necessarily be in the front of the line of everything, but we understand that, the digital world is here to stay. We have a few things, we have our Best Buy Teen Tech Center, so teens can come in and learn about cutting edge technology with hands-on at the main library with our Best Buy Teen Tech Center.
Which I love. We have a Best Buy Teen Tech Center. Where is that located?
At the main library.
At the main
Loyola.
library. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Nice.
And so that's open, and we have so many teens that come and take advantage of that. We actually have the Best Buy Teen Tech Centers doing a mobile petting zoo this summer, where they're going to a few of the other library branches to let teens in other parts of the city know about this resource, and they can come to Maine. And then we have a lot of online resources. We know that, when we're talking about kids and teens, they don't always have a way to get to the library, or maybe they're staying at home with their grandparents, and, they need to stay at the house. And we totally understand that. So we have ebooks and audiobooks that they can check out and access from home. And then, during the school year, but it can also be used during the summer, we have a program called Homework Louisiana, which is free online tutoring. And they share a whiteboard, like a digital whiteboard.
Yeah.
And that can be accessed. It's accessible in the afternoons and evenings. So, if during the summer they can brush up on some skills with a tutor live, so they don't have to fumble through this all on their own.
Right.
And they can even just say, I didn't do so great on this subject. This one specific thing in math during the school year. Can I brush up with it with you live?
Right. Yep.
And that can totally happen. And maybe the parents and caregivers can give some bonus points for that at home.
No, that's great.
To do that. And then we do, of course, have all that STEAM programming we were talking about. And I want to say too, our Summer Fun and Reading Challenge, you can do that from home. You can come into the library,
tell us more
but
about
also
the Summer
from home.
Reading Challenge.
Right. So what we're doing is we're challenging everyone, including adults, such as yourself, to read 800 minutes over the summer. So think 20 minutes a day.
Yes.
Totally doable.
Right.
And we actually have a 1,000,000-minute challenge for the whole community.
Oh, I love
so
that.
So we want everyone to get together and do all that reading.
Are you counting your minutes? Are you counting your minutes?
Exactly. So the challenge is 800 minutes per person. So we're talking kids, teens, adults. We have prizes, incentives for everyone. And then we also encourage them to do 4 activities to kind of dig deep into maybe attending programs or, reading books from different genres.
Yeah.
Or, we have all these great activities. And everything that we mention, of course, is always free, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because everything about the library is free. So I will say, let's talk prizes, right? Because people are interested in this. When adults register, they get a reading light or a multi-use charger. Like a charging squid is like the cords. Kids, they get a free book just for registering, so they can get that reading started.
And even though summer has started, we can still register?
Yes. Oh, yes. This is June 1st through July 31st. You can register and get started that last day. Any time throughout the summer. Thanks for bringing that up.
Yeah.
And then teens, they get a choice of the free book, or they can pick one of the prizes we've set aside for adults, the reading light or the charging cable. Because we know teens, they have their own ideas about how they want to do things. So we really want to make sure we're supporting them.
That's great.
And that was from some feedback. So, so you've read your 800 minutes, you've done your 4 activities, whether you're using a culture pass or, to visit a museum for free or attending a library program, then you come back in and there's another round of prizes. So the completion prizes.
Oh, nice.
So we've worked with a local artist, Tamisha Anthony. She's actually an illustrator and soon to be author.
Okay.
And she created artwork on a tote bag that everyone gets, kids, teens, and adults.
Oh, that
so you
sounds
can
amazing.
Tote your bags around with it. And then everyone's always asking for the kids, so do we get that Cane's free meal? Yes, we do have the coupon for that for the kids and teens. And so everyone, that's into reading this summer gets prizes. And I will say for families, we encourage adults in the family to sign up as well.
Yeah,
Model
absolutely.
reading.
That makes a big difference when there are readers in the house.
Such a big difference. And you can even make it a challenge in the house.
Yeah.
Who's going to read the most amount of minutes? Is it going to be the parents, caregivers, or the kids?
Right.
Who knows? I think it can be day by day. The balance can shift.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that is fantastic. So I'm really happy to know that we've got those challenges and just the opportunities with 15 sites. And it sounds like you're keeping up with the times, which is amazing in terms of using technology and the STEAM program and the Teen Tech Center. So I appreciate all that the public library is doing, and definitely thank you for your leadership and your time. What's the best way for people to connect with the library?
So we do have our website. We have the nolalibrary.org. For summer reading, we have a specific app that they can download, just the Beanstack app, and that information's on our website. And if I could say, I did want to mention one more thing. We know that with schools being closed, sometimes there's some food insecurity at the house. So at our Mid-City Library and our Keller Library, we have afternoon snacks Monday through Thursday, 2:30 to 3:30 with Second Harvest.
Good. I love it. I love Second Harvest too. So
Right.
thank you so much, Amy. We appreciate that. And again, reading is leading and leaders are readers.
Yes.
So encouraging everyone to take advantage of the amazing opportunities at our public library. And this has been amazing. And I'd like to just close as we continue to think about our summer. You know, one of the things I want to lean in on when we think about things from a mental health and wellness standpoint, I want to talk about the wellness aspect of it. Y'all, stay hydrated. It's hot outside, and you cannot take for granted that you're okay because you have a sip or two of water. So please, please, please stay hydrated. Make sure you pause for a mental minute, whether that's including deep breaths, listening to music, checking in on your loved ones, whatever you do for your mental minute. It is so important that we take care of ourselves and take time to do so. So that's it for us for today. I want you all to stay in the know. Follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and X. Watch or attend our board meetings, which are also streaming live via our YouTube channel. And for more information about the Leah Chase School, make sure you visit us at nolapublicschools.com/TLC, and also follow me on social media. I'm at Dr. Avis Williams on Instagram and at Dr. Avis W on X. So make sure you are leaning in and tune in next month on July 24th for another episode of Education Elevation. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Have an amazing day on purpose.